Alright folks, welcome to this episode. In today's video we'll start here at the beautiful Ferryden. This is where the Montrose Basin opens out into the Great North Sea here. All the rivers that I visit, like the Prosen and the Isla, they all end up flowing out here into the sea, so this is quite a cool spot to visit. Most of the ships that we see sitting out, when I'm at like Bodden, you see the ships sitting out in the water. They're all waiting to come to this harbour here. This is the Montrose Harbour, and it is a popular harbour around here. Like, and at the other side, that's like the industrial end of Montrose. So it's quite a cool area. I was going to go to a different location today, but the rain is honestly on so heavy everywhere. It was even raining here just 2 minutes ago, like. But here we are, we're braving it. It's probably going to come back on at some point. So this is quite a cool end here of Montrose, because there's a lot of like military defences and stuff like that from World War II. So that's a cool little bit of history today with this bit of coastline here. I can see the first military lookout up there at the top. It's a little like machine gun kind of placement, I think. It's just a little round cement building, but there is actually even bigger ones along here. They were under construction, I think, by the Polish military, who were obviously like an ally in the war, World War II, and they had actually tunnelled pretty much under this Lighthouse road up here where the postman's driving. There's like tunnels, well, gun bunkers up here, like, so we'll go and have a look. I have been here a very, very long time ago on a video, but it's cool to visit again, check the condition of them. Some of the waves out there just at the harbour, what's that called, the harbour gate? The waves just are crazy there. There's a blue ship out there waiting on the water, probably be waiting for high tide. Quite a narrow waterway, like. It's amazing how deep it actually is. These pebbles are a nightmare to walk on. It's amazing all the different colours of these pebbles here, like. This is a spot here, folks, like. It's amazing how far you can see up the coast beyond St Cyrus and on Aberdeenshire. So there is those wee stone buildings at the top of the hill there, and those were actually military buildings as well in the war. I'm not sure if they were like little lookout buildings or like storage buildings or what it was like, but these bunkers are somewhere on this hill here. I'm just keeping my eye out. I'm hoping I didn't walk past them. They are pretty well hidden. If you're coming from this angle, you didn't really see them. This is some proper rugged coast here, like, with all these stains. Here it is, folks, I can see it. It's up here on this grassy embankment here. I'm going to have to try and make my way up here. These rocks are super slippery, but it's worth it to get the footage, folks. Real adventures here once again on the channel. This is so cool. You can see how they've poured the cement against like corrugated iron until it's set. So this is a cool bit of British wartime history right here. Look at that. It's just perched here overlooking this vast seascape. Probably like it would have been keeping an eye out for like planes, boats, anything. It might have been keeping an eye out for submarines surfacing out there if there had been U-boats kicking about. Oh, I can hear water just running inside here. Here we go, look at this. 1941. Look at these old wooden beams here, they've just totally rotted away. There must have been wood around this whole entrance at one time. Look at that, there's like an old water tank or something there. What is that been there? Is that... It looks like it goes up the way there, at that back corner. What is up there? Wow. Don't know how well you saw that, folks. I should have brought a torch, really. It's a shame this is like blocked off, but it's probably for everyone's safety, really. Look at this. What a place. I'll get a couple of photos here. So there's another one of these further along, and I'm not sure if it was connected with a tunnel, like under the ground. When you go along that top road, you've got no idea all this is under your feet here. This area here as well has been dug out, probably for the gun emplacement. But I think the story with this one was they never actually finished the project. So at the end, they just had like telegraph poles painted black facing out here, so if the Luftwaffe or any of them were over here, it looked like there was big gun emplacements here at this cove. When actually it was wooden thingies, wooden poles. That's a cool little story. This is proper soaking here. I'm glad I've got the wellies on, folks. There you go, like a hidden piece of World War II history right here. So cool. I wonder what condition the other one's in. It'll be interesting to go and have a look. I'm not sure how much further along here it is. You wouldn't even know like that's there in this terrain. Look at that. It's like there were so many cool World War II spots like that. It's like I love it. I love exploring little historical nuggets like that. Super slippy conditions here. Super wet conditions. We're lucky to actually come on and explore today, like, 'cause the rain was so heavy, it's just... I just went where I thought the sky looked clear. Here we are, exploring history, folks. Here's the second one of these. This one's not actually as hard to get to, I don't think. The bushes aren't so overgrown here. Here we go, this is so cool. It's got a different level of like erosion on it. We can see these hooks here. This would have been for like camo netting. Or like They would have had ropes there, maybe connected to the front with their netting over the top. So from the sky, it was hard to actually see it. Look at this, the wooden bits. I wonder what this has been put on for. That's like a later edition. Look at that, take that. That's not so easy to read on this one. Oh, my boots are getting stuck in the mud here. Look at this, there's a circular stone piece here. Maybe this is where the gun would have pivoted from. Looking out at this hole, they would have had just the ground shaped here of what they needed. The view up that way is so cool. Anyway, what can we see in here? There's probably been like years of graffiti and stuff written on it. 98, 89 there. Wow. That's so cool. The water's dripping all over. 94. So this was like opening. People could have come in here. That's before the days of like abandoned exploration on YouTube. 1989 and that, but again, you could have had a Rift Explorer back then. Like, you can see here it's been painted white inside at one time, probably to help with the brightness. And then look through there, there's a wee room with a door. Probably ammo storage. I don't know if they had living quarters or whatever here. Wow. It is cool to document places like this though, in case like it falls in. Because that's just like rock staying on the roof there. It's crazy to imagine the history in a place like this. Imagine the soldiers stand here in World War II looking out over there. They were probably trying to get this place built as quick as they could for the ultimate coastal defence. So there we go. You wouldn't even know it. If you were down low on the coast there, you wouldn't see it. And probably back in the day it was like camoed so well. If the Germans had been trying to snoop about, they wouldn't have seen it, and then bang! So it is cool to see that it's still in good condition. It would also be cool one day to maybe go in there and have a look somehow. I'll have to contact the correct authorities here. Document it for the world to see in generations to come. That's what used to defend your country back in the day. Yeah. Brat of Scottish sheep there, folks. It's a bit more windy. I've just climbed up that steep hill, and it is a bit more windy. What's this here? What has this been, folks? It's a randomly shaped stone, like. Has there been another little bunker here, or maybe a ladder down into the other bunker? Look, there's more cement there. So there could have easily maybe been stairs or steps or something from the bunker up to there. That's a cool detail I had never noticed before. There's always so much history to explore, folks. Even a lump of cement like that, it's interesting to think like what it was originally. Right below us here is the other bunker. From the road you can hardly tell. So these two stone sheds here apparently were used in the war. These are military sheds of the day. So I'm not sure if it was like ammo storage or what, for like nearby gun emplacements or something. Yeah, it has been a proper building of some sort though. There's like steps going up around the edge, and then it's got the vent holes. I'm guessing that's vent holes. I wonder what that was actually for. I wonder if this was like living quarters. Would it have been? Again, it's one step up from having a tent, but it was the war. It's unusual how that corner there stepped in. And it's not just a square shed. I don't know how well that's coming out on the camera. There we go. It's not just a square shed, look. It's interesting there. Yeah, look, there's been a metal thing. Oh, could it have been like generators, potentially? There's been some sort of metal thing there. I do apologise for the wind here, folks. Maybe for the communications, or some sort of like their power supply and stuff like that. It was maybe all up here on the surface. Look at this one, it's got a makeshift door. I don't know how well that comes out. There it is, you can see it now. So it's got that same shape. Unusual, like. It is unusual, folks. If anyone knows me about these two buildings, get in the comments, folks. More history is always welcome. See, it's only the far away shed that's got that big metal girder sticking out the way. Look at this here, folks. This is stones from a lot of like local artists and stuff like that. So let's have a look. They've all been painted all the way along this wall. Oh, it's Ferryden Primary. (1870) the lighthouse along there was built. There's a bit of history, folks. Good bit of history there. Cool bit of art as well there on the wall for all these steens. Look at that one, that's quite a cool one. I think it's like to thank the NHS and to cheer people up, it says on there, from the local school. That's a cool little thing they've done there, like. And it is cool to find out the age of that lighthouse, 1870. So back to the World War II history here, folks. Look at this. A little machine gun emplacement. Look at this. Let's get the bushes out of the way here. Hey, look. Bushes in my head. Look at that. There we go, folks. I'm getting the footage. I've just actually literally climbed down this hole to see this. Look at the shape that's cut out below the window there. Must have been for the particular gun or the gun mounting bracket or something. There'd have been a reason, maybe so they could see a different angle. They've done that. You can see the shape where the concrete's been poured against the corrugated iron screen there. Now look at this. It says Gordon's above here, which shows you this wall to my left here is a later addition, like a little blast wall. So even that wee bit there has been poured against like a screen of corrugated iron. And look, they've had a wee breathing hole. I bet the rain came right in there. World War II history, folks, look at that. See, the ground level's rising all around it. At one time this would have been lower probably. And then they would have maybe had like a camo net or something over the top of it. But probably when they were like building building those gun emplacements we looked at earlier in the video there. This would have been where the actual big machine guns were mounted, up here. And they could have probably seen quite a bit of the sea from here as well. It is cool that it's still left like that though, for people to see. Here we are, folks, here's another one. Look at this one. Slightly different design. Maybe older. This could have been World War I. Look at this one. Well, maybe no World War I, but it's definitely not identical. It looks like it's been poured differently. Or it's had screening put on it, a different cement layer, because you can't see the corrugated iron all over it. Look at this one, it's got the same cutout below the window. I'll put you through like that, folks. Look, there's plant pots in there, that's so random. Look at the roof, it's thick like. Look how thick the roof actually is. Okay, that's like 2.5 foot thick. Oh, you can see the corrugated iron. It's maybe just more eroded than the other one. Look at that, it's so cool. I was just getting some pictures there, because it looks so cool. It's amazing how, like, look at all that, it's like stalagmite things there. It's like, is it not the sodium or something coming out of the cement? It does that. But that shows how old that unit actually is there. Again, so they didn't form overnight. And like it's smooth at the bottom of that wall and then it's corrugated at the top. I wonder if they heightened it. It's maybe the same on the other one. That's how half the Gordon sign was over, like cemented over. Maybe they heightened it. It would have been for blast protection, but also maybe to stop the wind swirling round inside there so bad. Right folks, I'll end this one here. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one very soon.